Hello and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about something that's extremely tough, extremely scary, and something that, let's face it, all of us have seen already. Viewer discretion is advised because the video I'm going to show you is a video of an IDF sniper shooting an 11-year-old child. You can see the blood drops. He was shot in the lower back. Right here. I don't know if you can hear it, but you can. He's crying. It's heartbreaking. Notice how it's another man who has an issue. Yes, he has crutches. Look at that pool of blood. I'm sorry I made you watch that. I mean, we've seen it every day. Stuff like this. And the question is, why do we let it keep happening? And my question to the people who support this, the Destinies, the Brianna Wu's, the Ethan Kleins, why? How can you support that? How can you support that? This is an 11-year-old boy. Right there. That's the 11-year-old boy. He was rushed to the hospital in Tulkarm in critical condition. And after days of suffering, the 11-year-old Palestinian child, his name is Saddam Hussein Iyad Rajab, succumbed to his injuries and he passed away. An Israeli sniper shot him in the back. For what? Even if he did something, this 11-year-old child, even if he did do something, let's say he threw a rock, which there's no evidence of him doing it. Even if that was the case, it gives the sniper no right to shoot him in the back and kill him. He was 11 years old. And yet Ethan Klein and Destiny will look at it and be like, ah, well. How can you say you have any type of humanity? How can you say that you are a caring person when you allow something like this to happen? It's a serious question. I can't wrap my head around it. An 11-year-old boy was shot by an Israeli sniper and killed. And none of your excuses will work this time. Oh, well, Hamas started this. Hamas is not in the West Bank. This was in Tulkarm, which is the West Bank, which is under Palestinian, which is under the governance of the Palestinian Authority, who are collaborators with the Israeli government. So you cannot say this was Hamas's fault. We have confirmation that it was an Israeli sniper. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with this Israeli sniper, but let me tell you, and this is true. You can look it up. They will investigate. They might even take him to court. They might even charge him. Generally, they won't charge you. But maybe they will charge him. Let's say they give him 10 years in prison. Almost always, they never serve a day. They never serve a day. Do you know what they do? They use it as a weapon when people come after them. They say, no, 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 no. We hold them accountable. Look, we sentenced this guy to 10 years in prison for killing a child. Okay, first off, should be a life sentence. Second off, how many days does he spend in jail? It'll be 0. He'll have spent 0 days in jail. How can you look at this and think it's the most moral army? How can you look at this and think that this occupation is just or moral or needed? I don't have a lot to say because what else can be said? Everything that needs to be said has been said over the last 15 months. Right? And then there's this. The Israeli Supreme Court has ordered the government to allow Palestinians to return to the village of Zanuta, south of Hebron, in the occupied West Bank, and protect them from settler attacks, reports Israeli newspaper Haaretz. And this is a thing from Al Jazeera. I mean, it sounds good, right? But like I said, it's all for show. Because I know of a family who live in Canada now, who lost their homes from settlers stealing their land. And they went to the courts. They went to the courts. And they won in court. And they went back to their land to show the IDF that, as per Israeli courts, we have the right to this land. Here's the paperwork proving it. And do you know what happened? The settlers still tore down their home, and under the protection of the IDF. And all my friend, his name's Abdul Rahman. I grew up with him. All they could do, all his family could do, was watch as they tore down his family home. A home that his family lived in for close to 7 generations. 7 generations. And they tore down his home. These Israeli courts mean nothing. And just like that, if that sniper ever faces any type of justice, it won't be true justice. It'll just be a tool for them to use to try and sidestep any criticism of them not holding their people accountable. I mean, look what happened when they tried to arrest people for grape. Half the country, most of the country, rioted that these soldiers were even taken into custody, and they were released within a couple days. There is no accountability for these people. It's all on paper. There's no actual physical accountability. It's all just written accountability. There was a story of that one IDF soldier who emptied his clip into the back of a young Palestinian schoolgirl. He faced no charges. So not only is it more likely for them to not face any charges, if they face charges, it'll just be on paper. And you wonder why the Palestinians are fighting back? Because nobody else will. The international community has abandoned them. Sure, I'll wear a hoodie that might take some money to sent to the Palestinians. Sure, I've got a nice watermelon Palestinian shirt. But it's not getting them their freedom. Sure, I'm sure the support... I mean, the support's definitely important. But what tangible action has anybody done? Anybody from the international community to help them out? Because this is what we're seeing. We're seeing people's homes torn down. We're seeing that boy being killed. And there's no justice. They know they can get away with it. And this, we were lucky, was caught on CCTV. How many things have happened in the West Bank that we don't even have cameras for? Thank God these exist. Because if this didn't exist, we wouldn't see what was happening in Gaza. We wouldn't be seeing what was happening in the West Bank. The thing is, everything that needs to be said has been said in the last 15 months. Everything was said within the first 6 months of the genocide. But it's just going on deaf ears. I mean, I want to know how Senator John Fetterman looks at that and says, I'm still with Israel, because he's going to. But I mean, that Count Olaf looking loser has brain damage, so what can we do about that? There's no words. There's no words left. There's no words left. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna leave it here. Um, as you can see, I don't have a lot of words for something like this. Um, and I'm sorry for bringing this to your video screen, if anybody even watches this video. As always, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think. And if you have any stories about justice not being given to the Palestinians, please share them below, because they are important. Because if the international community and the Western press will not be their voice, then what very little we can do is at least be their voice. Thank you.